I'm Joey King.
And I'm Joel Courtney.
And we are here to catch you up on all things The Kissing Booth before the sequel drops. The Kissing Booth is a movie about a girl who falls in love with her BFF's older brother.
The end.
No, there is way more than that.
The student council is expecting our dance club idea this week for the fall fundraiser. We're gonna be in trouble if we don't come up with something fast.
I play Elle Evans, who was born at the same time in the same hospital as her best friend Lee Flynn, and you play Lee.
The best of the Flynns.
Okay, so Elle and Lee are best friends who love to dance, and they create rules to protect each other. Namely, they're not allowed to date each other's relatives.
AKA my brother Noah, but you better call him Flynn.
He's kind of a bad boy.
He's misunderstood.
We're not there yet. So, you meet Elle on the first day of school, and she's clearly gone through some changes over the summer.
Don't say anything, okay? My pants ripped.
Oh no! With her backup pants at school, she's forced to wear a skirt from way too many years ago, so she's a little exposed.
When Elle gets to school, some knucklehead Tuppen slaps her.
And Elle does not like that, but you know who else liked it even less? Noah.
So Noah jumps in, pummels Tuppen before the principal comes out and breaks it up and gives them all detention.
We're in detention, and clearly Tuppen was impressed by Elle's bravery to wear that skirt, and he asks for her number.
Which Noah, again, does not like.
Regardless, Elle is flattered, but even more so when Tuppen decided to Magic Mike in detention before asking Elle out. How can you say no to those legs? Unfortunately, Tuppen totally stands up Elle for their date. When all hope is about to be lost, he shows up only to deliver some truly shocking news.
Running a bit late now, are we?
Flynn told me that it wouldn't be smart if I showed up for a date tonight.
Noah.
What? Elle is understandably pissed.
Elle tries to put Noah in his place, but he clearly has other ideas.
The days of you controlling my life are over!
We'll see about that.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Moving on, it's time for the fall fundraiser, so Elle and Lee decide to pitch an idea for a kissing booth.
The council is not so easily convinced, so Elle does what anyone else in her situation would do. Absolutely lie through her teeth and promises that Flynn will be running the booth.
Flynn will be there.
After doing her best, and failing, to recruit A-listers for the kissing booth.
Not in this lifetime, girl.
Never gonna happen.
You're kidding.
Elle and Lee are really starting to feel the pressure. The popular girls, aka the OMGs, corner her at a party and convince her to try asking Noah to join the booth.
Noah is imbibing in a hostile young woman who decides to make the biggest mistake.
Huge!
And lay hands on Elle.
Noah does not take this well at all.
She's like important to my family, which kind of makes her important to me.
Are you for serious?
Leave.
Even though Noah took Elle's side, he still gives her the resounding no when she asks him to do the kissing booth.
Absolutely not.
But does that stop Elle from telling the OMG girls that Noah's in?
So, Flynn's still doing the booth?
It does not.
Between us girls, Noah Flynn basically does whatever I tell him.
And does her inner turmoil make her consume all the colors of the rainbow to forget her stress? It sure does. Elle then learns very harsh realities of overconsumption, which sometimes, but not always, includes standing on a table, dancing / disrobing in front of your entire school, and waking up in your BFF's definitely off-limits brother's bed.
A series of absolutely irrational hijinks ensue, but all you really need to know is that no rules have been broken. Things are finally starting to look up for the kissing booth. The OMG girls agreed to be kissers, and all that's left to do is build the booth. Elle and Lee have a good old-fashioned paint fight, leaving Elle a mess and temporarily blinded, resulting in a little bit of a mix-up in the bathroom.
Holy shit! Looks like a hot Braveheart!
But gender is a social construct, so who really cares?
Noah, that's who cares.
You need to leave. I told you before, stop messing around.
I'll leave when I want to.
Elle loses her shirt again, but this time surrounded by a group of semi-naked men because equality. The kissing booth is open, but in the vein of M. Night Shyamalan, who did not direct this movie, there is a twist. The kissing participants are blindfolded, so they'll have no idea who they're kissing. Let the kissing montage begin.
Elle and Lee are racking up the bucks. As expected, there's a shortage of Noah and people are noticing. Elle tries to swap one Flynn for another.
That is not Flynn.
That is Lee Flynn.
And it works until a girl,
Guess I'm next.
the beautiful Rachel, kisses Lee and he splits.
All right, see you later.
The OMG girls decide to enact revenge on Elle for lying and set her up to kiss a less than desired subject. Luckily, Noah happens to show up in the nick of time and the entire school watches as Noah gives Elle her very first kiss ever.
This isn't so bad. Not so bad at all.
The sparks are simply too much, and when Elle sees that it's Noah, she knows she's in trouble.
Elle, being the good friend that she is, immediately tells Lee that she and Noah kissed. Lee lays down the law, and that's that.
Just kidding. That would be a boring movie.
Later, when Elle sees Noah flirting with another girl and she realizes she has definitely caught feelings, she has to get away. But a rainstorm kind of stops her.
Luckily, there's Noah on his motorcycle. This guy truly has impeccable timing. They hide out from the rain and
Confess their feelings for one another, but we all know it's not going to be that easy, and they're broken up by a security guard. At the beach party, Elle is harassed by the scum of the earth who wants her to skinny dip with him.
No, Warren, it's
Evans,
okay.
come on.
Warren?
Don't make me beg.
Warren, I'm not
Come on.
feeling well, Warren.
Noah does what Noah does best. Tackle people who are weird around Elle to the ground.
Elle is tired of the physical altercations in her honor. This isn't Game of Thrones.
But Noah manages to track her down, apologize, and take her to the Hollywood sign.
How romantic.
They decide to see each other, and Elle does what Elle does best and makes rules.
We're trying to figure out how not to get caught.
No one can know they're together.
Nothing brings a couple together, both physically and spiritually, more than a secret.
Noah and Elle proceed to have the greatest time of their lives while almost getting caught every 5 minutes.
This is true even when they're not hooking up, like when they're fixing up Noah's motorcycle, and Elle, being Elle, falls and cuts her face. We're treated to another tender and vulnerable moment where Noah talks about his issues.
You know, we're all fucked up one way or another, right?
You could change.
It all comes to a head when Lee catches them in the act.
What the fuck?
Elle's worst fears have finally come true, and she takes it out on Noah, asking him to leave her alone.
Just leave me alone.
But Lee and Elle, they're able to patch things up, and Lee invites Elle to go to prom with him and his new girlfriend, Rachel. Noah does that thing he always seems to be able to do and appears out of nowhere, and Elle is forced to truly choose between him and Lee. It's made even harder when Noah confesses that he loves her in front of everyone.
Because I love you.
And Elle makes the hardest choice that she's ever had to make.
I want to go.
Oh.
Noah makes the effort to apologize to Lee and says that his feelings for Elle are real.
Because this school loves parties more than anything, Elle and Lee are celebrating their birthdays with a costume party. But Elle is obviously distracted. Noah's still on her mind. She realizes her loyalty to Lee is preventing her from living her life. Lee realizes rules are meant to be broken, and he and Elle go to find Noah, who has already left for the airport to go to Harvard.
On the way there, Elle confesses everything she's thought about Noah to Lee and how much she loves him. Only, psych! It's Noah in Lee's costume.
Somehow, Elle is able to not crash the car, and we get what we've been waiting for, Elle and Noah together.
But as things go, it's bittersweet. They spend every waking minute together up until Noah really has to leave for college.
And we can make this work.
Okay, stop. Don't say anything. I just want to be with you for a few seconds more.
We're left unsure if their relationship will survive the distance.
I guess you'll have to find out in the sequel. Watch Kissing Booth 2.
Only on Netflix.